Colonel Holon receives a mysterious message. But the key to solving part of the mystery lies in the Dewey Decimal Classification System. The users must find one book from each of the 10 main classes of knowledge. Some of the words on the scroll assure the users that the books offer hope of victory. But what do the other words mean? A momentary break in the magnetic shield allows communication to the user base, but the signal sends the wipers on their trail.
Come on, folks, man. Let's go get him. Come on, hurry, go. Go. Shoot him.
There he is. Come on.
RO 31 over W, the Encyclopedia.
The Encyclopedia looks up and over. What do you think that means?
Well, an encyclopedia appears to be a written work which contains factual information. Let me find Ms. Bookhart's computerized instructions. Maybe they will help us as they did before.
Antwerp or Alaska or Aberdeen, Zaire or Zurich or anywhere in between. You can find out about places in the Encyclopedia. Aristotle or Mark Antony or Hank Aaron the baseball pro, Zola the French writer. Anyone else you need to know? You can find out about people in the Encyclopedia. Alligators and ants, anteaters close behind, zebras, zebus too, animals of almost every kind. You can find out about animals in the Encyclopedia, the alphabet or the zodiac, water, x-rays, or the yak. Anything from A to Z, you can find alphabetically. You can find out about it in the Encyclopedia.
Well, it seems the encyclopedia will be necessary for finding information we need to decipher the clue.
The encyclopedia is a basic tool for beginning research.
And we will need to do research to find out how the wizard's words will help us defeat the wipers.
That's what the wizard meant.
We should use the encyclopedia for basic research.
Exactly. If we want to find something quickly, we can look in the encyclopedia.
So if you'll only look up the encyclopedia, it will help you look over. Any place, any person, anything you want to know.
And everything in between.
Humbuckers not gonna like this.
Yeah. But what could we have done? You saw them.
They were huge. They're everywhere.
Yeah, that user, he wasn't even scared of them.
Let's get back to headquarters.
There you are.
What are you doing?
I'm traveling back in time with the children of the story. Now we are in ancient Egypt. Before we were in Babylon, many years in the past. But I don't know anything about these ancient Earth sites. Where they were, what they were.
If you want to find out, the encyclopedia is a good place to start.
The encyclopedia?
Come on, let me show you.
Are all these books encyclopedias?
All one set of encyclopedias, beginning here with the A volume. Up to the Z volume. This set, the Encyclopedia Britannica, uses guide words in the spine. Why don't you look up Egypt in the World Book Encyclopedia? Look in the E volume.
A, B, C, D, E. Egypt. E-G-Y-P-T. Earth. Education. There are so many different subjects. Here it is, Egypt. Look at this map.
This first part is about modern Egypt.
But I want to look up ancient Egypt.
Look at the section headings. They're printed in boldface type. Boldface is the darker, thicker print.
People, the land, climate. Look, ancient Egypt. Look at all the subheadings. The land and its resources, the life of the people. Look at all these words in boldface. Why are they there?
If you're looking for a specific subject, you can scan the paragraph headings, such as language.
Look, it mentions the pharaohs. The children at the palace of the pharaohs. It is unbelievable to me that humans had such civilizations. Thousands of years before we discovered your planet. This fiction book has introduced me to many fascinating societies that were on Earth.
Were is right, when there were no wipers.
Here's the data you requested on the food supply. This line graph clearly indicates our food situation. As the siege continues from Lunan 1 to Lunan 5, our supply of quark pods is reduced thus.
At this rate, we'll be without any quark pods at all in a few lunans. It may be necessary for us to consider emergency cryogenic reduced life support plans. If there are no volunteers, I will be forced to make a choice.
In Egyptian, the word pharaoh originally meant great house. In the late 1300s BC, it came to mean ruler of Egypt.
Miss Bookhart, why are these words wiggly?
Wiggly words? Oh, you mean great house and ruler of Egypt. Those wiggly words, as you call them, are in italics. Italics are used to emphasize words. It's like boldface type. It makes printed information stand out.
Abacus, where are you?
Over here, Aphos.
What are you doing, Abacus? The rest of us are reading the important books. You were to read these two.
But I'm already reading this.
But these are the books the wizard guided us to. These are the books that will help us save the base. We must begin reading them. And look at this. Do you see how many pages there are to read? 4,623.
Aphos, that graph certainly shows the information clearly and quickly.
I saw graphs in the encyclopedia. They're a source of quick information.
Did this graph inform you, Abacus, that we have to start reading these books now? There are so many pages that if we don't start reading these books now, we may never find out what the wizard meant. Now put away that little fiction book of yours and start on these.
I will read those, Aphos, but I'm almost finished with this book. Listen, the children have discovered the name of power, and now all they have to do is hold up the amulet, and they can travel back in time. They go to Egypt.
Did you say name of power?
Yes. Remember the first clue the wizard gave us in the bookmobile?
Specific knowledge must be retrieved from a book of powerful gifts. The first, the unconscious, will release. A memory of clouded victory follows. Hold an ancient charm to the being. Speak the name of power as the four children in the story invented by E06.
We released the unconscious. That was Ms. Bookhart. But what is the clouded victory? The ancient charm held to what being? The name of power.
I must finish reading it.
If only the wizard wouldn't be so cryptic.
Perhaps that book is important, but we'll never understand what the wizard meant unless we read all the other books. Don't forget Our City Sewers.
How could I?
Abacus. Aphos, this is your father, Colonel Holon.
Father, this is Abacus. How are you?
Tired, my daughter, tired. Wiper scouts followed me.
But you escaped.
There was a horse near me that scared them away. They ran as if they were pursued by an army. But I fear they will return. I must stay hidden. My nourishment and liquid supply have just given out. I will need more soon.
Father, when you arrive, you may ingest our cork pods.
But I am many star revolutions from the library, and my thirst and hunger are increasing.
Colonel Holon, you may be able to find wild food to eat, nuts and berries.
Wild food? You mean food that's not properly manufactured and processed? Is it similar to our food pellets?
Hardly. What is the vegetation like where you are?
There are some elliptical-shaped growths around me.
Elliptical. Perhaps they're nuts or berries. Are they hard or soft?
They're hard.
It must be a nut. Maybe pecans. Crack open the outer shell and see what's inside.
How?
Just bash it with something hard, like a stone.
What was that?
The nut, it's filled with pink matter and little black pellets, and it's quite watery.
How big is it?
As big as two heads put together.
That sounds like a watermelon. Go ahead and taste it.
Sweet and wet and delicious.
It must be a watermelon.
A watermelon. What a wonderful nut. I think this will sustain me for a while.
Please be careful, Colonel Holon.
Here it is, W. Kurt Washington. Here it is, watermelon. I found watermelon in the Encyclopedia. It is not a nut, it is a fruit. And it grows on a vine.
How did you find it?
It was easy. I looked the subject up alphabetically.
The labels on the outside show what is in the volume.
And at the end of this section, there's a cross-reference, like in the card catalog. It says, see also farming.
Watermelons, the gourd family. But it says here that watermelons are 93% water. That will quench Father's thirst, but that is a very low energy value.
That's why I hope your father finds other foods that will give him more energy.
You mean that Earth's foods vary in energy supply?
Sure. If you look under nutrition in the Encyclopedia, there's a table that shows the food value of different foods. Here's the N volume. Okay. Here it is, nutrition. This kind of table is a chart that lets you compare information quickly.
Maybe Father could find some wild hamburgers. They have the most calories. Do you think he will?
I don't think you users are ready for fast food yet.
Fast food?
Fine. I didn't know you were asleep.
I'm not anymore. Where's Ralph, my bat?
What's
going on?
I don't know, but you know those scouts you sent after the users? They're back, and...
Good. That didn't take long. Send them in.
Yeah, but there's something you ought to...
I said send them in. You got kneecaps for ears?
Okay.
He's not gonna like this.
You're telling me. What are we gonna say?
I didn't tell Humbuckler yet, and he's gonna be mad. You better tell him right away. Come on now. Come on now.
He's not gonna like this.
Here they are, Chief. Here they are.
Good work, guys. Where are the prisoners?
Well, you almighty chieftain, sir, there are no prisoners.
No prisoners? What do you mean, no prisoners?
Well,
Don't stand there like four-eyed fish. I want to know why.
Well, see, there were these beasts. These terrible,
Beasts? What kind of beasts?
Beasts.
Clomons.
Yeah.
Clomons. There's nothing unusual about Clomons. We've seen them around here before.
But
We saw a user, but he was near Clomons.
no.
Saw a user and you didn't take him prisoner? I want all of them taken prisoner. I don't care if you get trampled by 100 Clomons and you get those stun guns and you go out there and you take them.
Can you do that?
Look at him, sir.
Or do I have to teach you a lesson?
No, look at him, sir.
We'll get them. We'll get all of them.